Since I was in the 4th grade and I watched my first YouTube video ever that my friend showed me, I knew what I wanted to do with my life. I knew what I wanted to make a career out of, as little as that should have been on my mind. It was like a 2K14, 2K15 pack opening or some shit like that. It was the first time I'd ever realized that was a thing. And my friend Dom showed me one of those videos and it was like fucking mind-blowing for me. Absolutely, I became hooked, basically. So going forward, I'm getting a little older, 5th, 6th grade, making some little videos on whatever, Madden Mobile, 2K, little shit like that, having a good time with it. And overall, I really don't think I thought much of it. Like when you're a kid, you just kind of do stuff you enjoy, and that's that. But as I got older, I'm making these videos, and it's a 6th grader making a YouTube video. Of course, it's not some fucking professionally produced shit, but as I got older, people started to say more shit, it gets brought up around your homies and stuff like that, and you start getting fucked with, right? Because nobody sees the vision that you see at the end of the day. And whether that's bad or not, I don't know. I think there's some benefits. I think sometimes some people do need to hear hate at some situations, but that's not the point of this video. The point is that hate completely shut me down. I remember there was a time one of my friends played a video I made in class, and it was like debilitating. Like I was in probably fucking 6th grade, I think. I played like a 2K video or some shit, and I was just fucking shut down. I was like, oh no, the hose found my YouTube channel, fuck. So basically after that, I really stopped for a while. Really after that moment specifically, I had a couple phases where I would pick it up here and there, make a few videos like on Fortnite or whatever, but really I would end up quitting. And I firmly think it was correlated to when I would hear people saying shit. Because I just didn't know how to deal with it at the time. And I didn't understand the concepts I'm about to share later in this video. So it's around COVID and I start making videos again. Probably because I wasn't around anybody and there was no one that could really fuck with me besides the friends that I was playing video games with. Because that's all we were fucking doing at that time, right? I'm putting a lot of hours into these videos. I fucking enjoy it so much. I'm really having a good time with it because this is what I'm called to do since I was a fucking child. And I make these videos for about 3-4 months or so when I first get my PC, and then all of a sudden I'll explain this whole story in another video of how I got this job. But I got a job with my favorite YouTuber at the time, MMG. I'd been watching him. He was actually probably the 2nd or 3rd YouTuber I ever watched when I was in whatever 4th, 5th grade, fucking like Madden Mobile 15 or something like that. It's like 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about. But I got a job editing with him, and it was like, oh my gosh, I made it. And I remember putting something on my private story with like whatever 50, 60 people, and I put a screenshot of him like giving me an offer to work for him, and so many people were supporting. It was like I probably got like 15 or 20 texts out of those people on that story. That was the first time I'd ever received support, and I was just like, fuck. But it was my first time experiencing that cliche that everybody says of like, oh, they hate on you until you're up. It's fucking corny when people whip that out all the time. Just take the hate and move forward. But I'm so glad I didn't fully let other people suppress what I truly wanted to do, which was making videos. And that's ultimately how I got a job that made me good money. And I really think that's one of the reasons people started to support it, because everybody fucking cares about money so much. And if you're making money, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Some extremely corny ass shit, you can go for it if you're making money. It's stupid, but regardless. But the point of that story really isn't to talk about that cliche of, oh, they hate on you until you're up. That's really not the point of this story. The point of this story is to really share how everybody has that thing or two from their life, or from when they're a kid, or as they grew up, that they were just fucking drawn to. Like, God gives every single person individual gifts, individual talents, individual things they're inclined to do, right? Individual personality traits. A lot of kids like sports, drawing, which gets suppressed a lot because it gets called gay or whatever, or just art in general. Some kids like doing theater. Some kids you might like a martial art at a young age, which is kind of not normal. For my case, it was video creation, and a lot of that shit gets shut down, the thing that you truly want to do. And I also believe that a lot of times it's not other people's fault that you stop doing these things, or that you just kind of fade into this structured funnel. I really think it's your own responsibility to recognize the things you enjoy doing, the things that you love, and really being convicted in yourself to go forward and be able to take a little bit of hate here and there, or maybe drift off the path of a normal school life, or a normal just middle school, high school student, right? Like, you can be you at the end of the day. It sounds crazy that that's kind of like a wild thing to say, but like, it's fucking you gotta be you sometimes at the end of the day. And I've tried other little side projects on YouTube. I've made my own little videos. I've worked for a lot of different people as an editor, but at the end of the day, no matter how much money I was making, no matter, fuck all that, I always knew I wanted to be sitting here being the person in front of the camera, making my own videos. I always knew that's what I wanted to be. That's who I wanted to be at the end of the day. And really, for so long, I let the voice of that random kid from high school, or that person that really doesn't give a fuck about you at the end of the day. Everybody's living their own life. Nobody fucking cares. You can do whatever you want. But those voices of those people that have one little input for 5 seconds of their individual lives, I let that dictate my every moment, which was fucking silly. It's silly as fuck. It's stupid. It's actually the most bitch-made shit I can fucking think of. I'll pull a Casey Neistat video up on the screen, but basically what he's saying is so fucking true, like, and he says it better than I ever could.
Nobody cares about you is something that was never made clear to me. And I mean that in the most positive, optimistic, inspiring, motivating way, especially if you see yourself as a creative or you want to exist on YouTube or as a filmmaker, or as a musician, or as an artist, or a painter, or any of those things. Like, you think that everybody's paying attention. And because of that, it kind of controls how you think, like, how are people going to react to this? I was so aware. And the reality is nobody gives a shit. Everybody is so focused on themselves in this world. Nobody has time for you. And the sooner you accept that as a creative person, the sooner you're free. Like, you're totally free. Like, do exactly what feels right to you.
Nobody fucking cares what you're doing. Everybody's got their own shit, is obviously the message you just heard. Risk is something you have to incorporate in your life if you want to verge off this path of being a fucking drone and really working something or going for a career that you're not particularly enthused about. You're like, oh yeah, I'll make 150K a year, I'll be able to have a family. Like, yeah, cool. If it's something you're passionate about, I'll be the last fucking person to hate on it. But a lot of people are going down career paths they don't give a fuck about. Well, they have this thing in the back of their mind that they're just fucking sitting there and letting sit there. And that was me for so long, and it fucking pisses me off. It pisses me off so much. I enjoy the gym. I enjoy talking to a camera. I enjoy posting videos to YouTube. I enjoy editing videos. So why the fuck would I not do that at the end of the day? Like, it's just fucking crazy. This dude is fucking looking at me funny, bro. Risk is what truly unveils your purpose and shows you that layer of your life. I firmly believe that. And that's something you really can't understand until you've made those risks. And one risk that I took that I'm so glad I fucking made, even though it blew up in my face, as bad as I ever really could have imagined, I lost a fucking lot of money. I lost a lot of money that I worked for. And I am so happy that I did it. And I lost a lot of time too, like months and months and months out of my life. But I could not be more blessed that God led me to do that, because I wouldn't be sitting right here doing what I love at the end of the day for fucking free. And I also would not be sitting here with full certainty that I'm gonna succeed at this shit, because it's what I want to do. And I've just said fuck all the noise. Like the people from high school that have an input and then 5 seconds later they're fucking scrolling on another video and thinking about something else. It's fucking just not in my brain anymore. It just doesn't fucking matter. Now, this whole video wasn't to hate on college or anything, or hate on high school and doing well in school. If that aligns with your purpose, I think that's fucking awesome that you do well, and I think you should try and be the top of the fucking top at whatever you believe your purpose is. Fucking, I'm going to college next year. I'm going to college in 4 or 5 months for other reasons that I want to get into in another video. But the main point of this video is to say, look back to your childhood. Look back to your early life and those things that you fucking love doing, or even time now where you saw something, you're like, oh, that's fucking sick. And get that voice out of your mind of those people that would whatever, call it gay or fucking hate on it or whatever. Just really get rid of that voice and realize from that Casey Neistat video, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. You're allowed to be so much more creative once you realize that nobody fucking cares and you really can speak your mind. Fuck, I'm still learning this as I record this very video right now. But yeah, think back to those moments from when you were a kid, and if something struck you, there's something you're thinking about, because everybody has these things. God blessed us with unique personalities and unique inclinations and all these fucking things. Like, it's a blessing that we have this, and it would be a fucking shame if you let that subconscious voice that's a fucking idiot at the end of the day tell you how you want to live your life. And if you let that dictate your life, that would be a fucking shame. It really would. So yeah, I appreciate all of you watching this video. I hope could have said something that struck a chord, and God bless y'all.